So this is a 50mm f1.2 G Master lens, and this is 85mm f1.4 G Master lens. And when you turn this one into APS-C mode, it should get you close to this one. But how close? Let me show you. Hello everyone, my name is Magic. I'm a destination wedding photographer, Sony Europe ambassador, father of 4 children. Welcome to this YouTube channel, the channel that I mostly cover topics like wedding photography, Sony gear in wedding photography, and yeah, stuff like that. So consider subscribing if you're into any of these topics, and follow me on Instagram for more of the behind the scenes stuff and cool photos on my feed. So officially this has become a series. It's a third video in this topic, so I compare one G Master lens turned into APS-C mode to the other G Master lens. So the first video was 24mm f1.4 G Master in a crop mode versus 35 1.4 G Master, then a 35 1.4 G Master versus 50 1.2 G Master, and now we have 50 1.2 G Master in crop mode versus 85 1.4 G Master. So watch the previous video if you like these comparisons. This is my brain all the time thinking like, oh, what are the differences? How close this will be to this one? Like, should you need 2 lenses or maybe one is enough? So yeah, so these videos, they come with answers. I will not get into all the technical details about APS-C mode, but I'll just note one thing. We're talking about photography. If you turn your camera into APS-C mode in photography, it actually crops the image, so it makes the image smaller. So when I'm using Sony A7IV that has 33 megapixels, turning into APS-C mode gives you 14 megapixels, so less than half of a size of the file. So that's important thing to know. And the second thing important to know, that if you crop the image in the camera, you cannot uncrop it later on in the post. You cannot, okay? So if you would crop it in Lightroom afterwards, like from full frame to just crop it, you always can crop it back if you have raw file. If you do it in the camera, you can't. Okay, so since we have this out of our way, let's compare the photos. So first batch of photos is shot on tripod. So I'm actually having my camera with the lens in exact the same position. The subject, which is my wife in these photos, is having the same pose in the same position. So we're actually comparing identical kind of a frame, like 85mm and then 50mm in crop mode. So 50mm in crop mode like actually gives you equivalent of 75mm f1.8. And funny enough, there is a lens like this. I googled, there's a Samyang lens 75 f1.8. I wanted to get my hands on it for this comparison, but yeah, I couldn't get it. And there's no one I know who has it. So if you know people from Samyang, get them in touch with me. But yeah, that 50 G Master in the crop mode should give you that 75 1.8 look. So you can see in these photos, the 85 photos are tighter and there's more background blur to it. But I came back home with these samples and I thought like, come on, like with this lenses, like this, you know, tripod comparison, it doesn't give it justice, because like 15 crop, it's not 85, but you can kind of, you know, take just one step forward and you would get the result. So I went on another shoot again with my wife. This time she changed the hair. So we went on another shoot and I wasn't using tripod this time. I was just trying to get like a similar results. So kind of like a real-time shooting, and I'll get you to guess which photos are which. So what you see right now is photos from 50 in crop mode and 85. Similar frames, similar photos, you guys guess. So what I noticed, 50 G Master is actually so sharp that even in crop mode is sharper than 85 G Master f1.4. So you can clearly see in these images, even though the 50 photo is smaller in size and you cannot zoom in that much, like seeing the image, like it's just sharper. Also, there's like a difference in colors. So 50 G Master has like a more magenta tint to it, while 85 G Master has more green tint to it. Like, I edited all these photos with my Magic Cadabra presets. If you want to purchase, there's a discount if you get it with my editing course. But yeah, looking at these photos, edited. So I applied my preset and I just corrected exposure. I didn't change the white balance, so I kept the white balance the same. You can see the difference in tint. There's still slightly more blur to like on 85mm photos. So 50 GM, kind of, I'd say like you're more mimicking 1.8 lens. So 85-1.8 maybe, that would be closer to this. So 85-1.4 kind of has this slight advantage if you're, into these kind of things. But from technical aspects, if you look at these lenses side by side, like 50G Master is obviously a newer lens, is one of the newest lenses in a Sony's arsenal, packed with all the new technology, while 85 is one of the oldest lenses. So like shooting with these lenses, the 50G Master is way faster. The autofocus is like just blows 85 autofocus like out of the water. There's not even comparison. 50G Master kills 85 in terms of autofocus performance. Then again, it's sharper, but also it's smaller. So like overall with 50G Master, you get a way superior lens. So for those of you, I think, who are shopping, either 50 or 85, oh man, I'd say get a 50. It's a newer lens, it's a better lens, and it can get you close to 85. It won't get you 100% 85-1.4 look, but it will get you close to 85. Like, let's hope there's a new 85 on the way. There are rumors everywhere that there should be a new version of this lens, so hopefully that's something to wait for. Me personally, I use a 50G Master lens, and then I use 85-1.8 lens. So I use a small, I always have in my backpack, a small 85 f1.8. And personally, I don't use APS-C mode. For me, losing resolution is not what I want. So I want my 33 megapixels. I would crop often. So shooting all of my lenses, 24, 35, 50, or 85, I will still crop these images just to get the frame I want. So I don't necessarily need to crop in camera. I prefer cropping later on. So yeah, that's it. That's a third in the series. There is one more coming in this series. You kind of probably can guess what. Let me know in the comments what's the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you watch my 50G Master videos, as this lens is exceptional. So it's really worth watching, seeing comparison photos, seeing the photos it can produce. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.